Righty-ho, so still filming. This is going to be part 3. This is probably going to be the last part. So, where those chappies are talking down there, on the left, is the entrance. It's also partly a military compound, so a portion of the castle is not actually viewable because it's under military control. And yeah, there's an old Ottoman, presumably, graveyard. Beautiful views. I love Tripoli. See, this is the kind of place that I could live, really. I love places where there's just this mix of old world architecture. Everything's a little bit more chill. It seems pretty safe. I assume accommodation must be relatively affordable, but generally Lebanon isn't that cheap. It's quite expensive, actually. It's got a nice vibe to it. You know, the food's good, the people are very, very nice. It doesn't feel unsafe at all. Think about London and Paris, and after 6 p.m. in certain areas, all by design, of course. Yeah, it's actually beautiful, beautiful place. And Mina, which is, where is Mina? A castle. So Mina should be over there. The old town. Apparently there are tunnels going from this fortress, which I think I start the video at. That's one of the blocked off caverns and onward tunnels, all the way over there, which was the old port town. Incredible. And again, they say, oh, this is old world. This is, this was constructed by the illiterates, the peasants. I don't believe it was. I believe all of this was modern. And we've gone through a cataclysm, whether natural or artificial, a combination of both perhaps. And now we're left with all these false narratives which they've had time to fictitiously create. And if you do a bit of research, you'll find that there are incredible bunkers all over the world that the rich and powerful have been constructing for a very, very long time, often with public funds. I mean, some of them are incredible. You can actually go and look at ones that are abandoned that were supposedly used as military communication sites deep underground in the US in particular. A lot of them are in Utah and Colorado and the mountains. I think Utah has one of the most prominent US Air Force bases. And it's also a place actually where the largest supercomputer in the world once was, which creates the mind map of our data for websites such as Ancestry and MyHeritage and all these sites. And it's also obviously the site of Mormonism, which is a pagan religion created by Jewish people, objectively. If you look at who funded Mormonism, who paid for it, who sponsored its development, it was the Warburg family, which is one of the most influential families, period, in history, financial families. And of course they were Zionists. They create all these, like a pizza, they slice and dice, divide and conquer strategy, of course, everywhere, whether it's with religion, race, sexuality, all these things. Mormonism is just one of the many examples of that. And it's crazy because people actually believe that there was a man in the 19th century, was his name John, is it Smith? Something Smith. God, it's absolutely ridiculous. People are fucking so stupid. Yeah. Anyway, so that was an unnecessary tangent. God, it's lovely, isn't it? Just walking around a castle and not having, Chinese tourists or Indians throwing their trash everywhere. It's lovely. I really love it. The souk is so impressive, by the way. Here in Tripoli, the souk is so authentic. It's really, really nice. I don't often say things are really, really nice because it's difficult to find authenticity. Now, so here's where I came in. Yeah, very old, historic. I wonder how prominent you have to be placed in this cemetery if it's just for people in the immediate area. I mean, how is there space? Seems a bit unfair that someone comes along and is like, yep, I'll just take up 5% of the whole area for my tomb. Rich and powerful, no doubt. The higher you are, the closer you are to the prophet. Ooh. I'm assuming that means we can go down here. Doesn't look very safe. So the military keep their water and their backup generator. But I want to go down here. So let's step over the dodgy electrics. Try not to get shouted at. There's no cameras here. It's always nice. I came in through here. I should be quiet. This is where the ticket office is. Oh, there's a guy there. I won't go into that room where there's just those legs in case there's a guy watching something a bit erotic. How awkward, isn't it? Maybe that's what they're doing. Oh, interesting. So, let's go back up. Let's destroy the gate. Got solar power. And we've got a nice little viewing tower. I think that would be enough. I won't do another video after this, so if you're randomly tuning into my nonsense, there is a preceding part 1, which is exactly 30 minutes. Part 2, which I believe is 8.5 minutes. And thus far, what are we on here? I can't even see, 6:50. Oh, look at this. So yeah, it's honestly, I really didn't anticipate it would be this extensive. It's very impressive. And it's nice that you can, be commonsensical and you're treated like an adult. You can just access places. Oh God, look at this. That looks, my God, that looks amazing. It's nice when you're treated like an adult in these cultures. You can just wander off. Yes, there's a window without a frame that you could fall out of, but that's his life. You have some fucking Karen screaming at you. You can't go there, it's dangerous. Mollycoddled, disgusting Western populations. Oh, look at this. Oh, so yeah, we came up here. That's the area they say officially is the stable area. Then we've just gone up those stairs, second level, third level, had a little look down where the cannon was, sorry. And then over there, on the far side, there are those steps that I shouldn't have walked down, which overlooks the courtyard, which is through that archway there, and the entrance of the ticket offices. We started down there, but I didn't film until we were in the lower part of that atrium, and there's a staircase that goes all the way down, deep underground. That's where the video started, and that staircase, we're told, was an entrance to the prison, but I have this on good authority, and I'm sure you can just Google it. There are tunnels that go all the way to Mina, which is the port and the old original city of Tripoli. Yeah, and then we went in there. That's where Video 2 is. That's the museum in there, as you can see. And then we walked through, and the section behind the tree, that large restored section, is actually a military installation, presumably with a comms tower and stuff. And then let's go and have a wander down that little channel that we just saw. What is that? Is that cellophane? It is, it's cellophane. They never took the cellophane off the plastic. That's hilarious. It's still covered in the original packaging. Right. That's the J-hole. And let's go have a wander down here. So I'm assuming this is going to come back down to the out of bounds area where there is, yes, where there's a Lebanese officer. Doorway there. Ooh. I feel like I need to invest in a camera, like a GoPro I can strap on. I realise the quality is rubbish. I don't do this because I think I'm going to be some like massive YouTuber, because I'm not well, I am a wanker, but I'm not that much of a wanker. I do this just for my own personal interest. And I think holding a camera somehow and kind of narrating a little bit, it kind of it allows me to take it in a little easier. It makes it kind of interesting for me, I guess. And then just throwing it online, maybe one of you watch it and think, oh, I might visit Lebanon. And when you encourage people to travel and you give people a bit of interest, inspiration, it's a nice thing, I think. There's nothing negative about that. So I saw a chap, he's restoring part of this, but we'll go have a look. Say restoring. What does that even mean now? Let's go up here. Oh, we're on another level. Right. That's the occultist door, maybe. Nice little bench here. Could have a coffee here. See if they had a cafe. Got a nice little coffee and it's nice and cool. Sit out and look over the city. Isn't it gorgeous? It doesn't look that gorgeous on the camera, but I promise you, there's a lot of nice little architectural wonders down there. I walked through this parkway. There's a little kind of set of stairs that takes you down to the souk strip. Lots of nice cats, if you're a cat person. It reminds me of Istanbul. So we can't go up there. That looks really nice. They've got like a veggie patch. That's an actual veggie patch. Self-sufficient military veggie patch. Oh my god, they've got a veggie patch in the castle. That's brilliant. Legends. Oh, that is so cool. Honestly, I'm not exaggerating. There is genuinely an actual vegetable patch up there. It's brilliant. That's how we should all be living. So let's veer down to, veer upwards to that platform where there is an information stand, and then we'll call it quits because I want to get back. Oh god, it's bloody baking. And even with this speed, it has been. Oh god, we'll have a little look down there. See, there's always something. It has been. Nearly an hour already. Seriously, they were true. They were right with the 3-hour estimation. Can't go in here. I saw these rooms were lit up from the. Yeah, that's the bit that's out of bounds. We looked over there, and then this is cut off, and the museum is behind this wall and inside this building. Oh, I see. And we were just up there. And the veggie patch is up there. God, it must be a beautiful terrace. Imagine at night with the sunset. It's a shame they didn't open it up for sunset. It'd be really cool. And I think that's the last section, aside from this little viewing station we shall head towards. Look at that. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I can't stop talking. I think I have a problem. I'm sure many people have muted this video, probably turned it off when they realised the first episode was just in the pitch black. Oh god, wait, did we come up there? No, I'm lost. Where are we? Aha. Right. Don't want to get too sunburned, so let's go briefly up and do a little panoramic and we'll end it. And if you want to visit here, it's really easy. If you want to come to Tripoli from Beirut, for public transportation in a decent bus, it's clean, it's not dirty, irrespective of what the media says online. When you input how do I get from Beirut to Tripoli, it's always people complaining, and they're oh look, kitty, a castle kitty. I have to stroke it. So we've just lost another 25 minutes. Stroke plus. Yeah, well, you see all these posts online saying everything's really dirty, the transport, but I have no doubt. Okay, maybe not. I have no doubt a lot of these posts are written by the Israelis, and it's funny, someone's like, oh, don't be ridiculous, John, that's crazy. No, you can see videos online. They literally have departments dedicated to, and a lot of them are voluntary as well. People in their spare time who are ultra Zios will actually spend all day editing Wikipedia pages. There are videos showing people doing this, conferences about how they recruit people to just edit Wikipedia pages. They write negative posts about things in Islamic countries, especially in neighbouring states like Lebanon, Palestine. And they want people to travel to these places, that's why. Even getting an eSIM in Lebanon is hard. Getting an eSIM in Syria is now impossible. Yet in Afghanistan, you can get eSIMs, Booking.com's operating there, Airbnb's operating there. It's now been sold out to the Gulf states, just like Syria soon. Qataris and other Arab countries are buying up Syria, being sliced and diced. Of course, all these Arab countries, being oil-rich nations, are controlled by Israel because they own all the hedge funds, the oil companies themselves, whether it's Shell or Texaco or pretty much every company in the world. Vanguard is obviously Rothschild, and that's the biggest investment company in the world. And BlackRock are a artificial subsidiary of Vanguard as of May 2021. It was absorbed. So yes, it's not a conspiracy, it's true. What am I talking about? Let's get back to the castle. You don't want to hear this. There's no information on here. It was, I guess, a sort of mural. If you stand back a bit, you can sort of see it. So it's been waterlogged, unfortunately. I wonder if it's one of these ones that I thought it was built maybe with some sand. Would have been quite nice.